Good morning, dear cadets. So again, welcome you back in the online classes. So we are meeting almost after the gap of 1.5 month. Okay. Of course, one video in last week I have given, but according to me that was not as per the standard. So don't worry, whatever things I have taught in those in that video, basically two types of reaction I have covered. One was precipitation reaction, and another was neutralization reaction. So don't worry, in the normal video I will send those things also, means again I will teach that one, no need to worry. So let us come back to the original topic of chapter number 1, that is chemical reactions and equations. We are in the types of reactions. So already 3 types of reaction I have completed, that is the combination reaction, decomposition reaction, okay, and yes, basically 2 reactions I have completed, if I am not wrong. Combination reaction and decomposition reaction. Under decomposition reaction I have covered the 3 types of reaction, that is the thermal decomposition, then electrolytic decomposition and photolytic decomposition. Okay, now today I am going to teach you the displacement reaction. What is that one? Displacement reaction. So as its name itself suggests, displacement. What is the meaning of displace? Means somebody is coming and displacing one fellow and occupying that position. That is called displacement. Okay, or there is a change in the position of any object, from means that object is moving from one place to another place, that is called displacement. But in the sense of chemistry, what is the displacement reaction? So here the meaning of displacement reaction is reaction in which more reactive elements or metal displaces less reactive element or metal from its salt solution. That is called displacement reaction. Means suppose X and Y, two metals are there, okay, and luckily X is more reactive than Y, okay, and Y has made its solution, suppose YSO4 or YCl2. So X will displace Y from its salt solution because X is more reactive than Y. Don't worry, I will give you so many examples. But the basic question is here, how can we determine, how we will come to know the reactivity of metal, which metal is more reactive, which metal is less reactive. Okay, so in 9th class already you have got the idea of valency, okay, and this year your all doubts will be cleared because periodic table is there in your syllabus, and by studying the periodic table very easily you will come to know that which group element or what kinds of elements are more reactive or less reactive. But for your precise knowledge, here to decide which metal or element is more reactive, which metal or element is less reactive, there is one series that is called reactivity series or activity series. What is that one? Reactivity series or activity series. Okay, so what is the reactivity series? Actually this is the series in which elements or metals are arranged according to decreasing order of their reactivity from top to bottom. Means more reactive metals they are placed above, less reactive metals they are placed down. Okay, so what is the reactivity series or activity series? Reactivity series or activity series is the series in which metals or elements are arranged according to decreasing order of their decreasing order. Means what is the meaning of decreasing order? The topmost is the first and the lowermost is downside, okay, at the end. So the more reactive metals are placed above and less reactive metals are placed downside. So that is called reactivity series. Okay, what is it? Reactivity series. Okay, so this is reactivity series. What is this one? Reactivity series. Okay, so just see here element, and here what is their symbol. This part is the extension of this part only, means they should also be arranged here downwards only. That is why I added this arrow. Okay, so don't get confused. Okay, so just see in the reactivity series, the first metal is potassium, then barium, calcium, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, nickel, tin, lead. Tin symbol is Sn because its Latin name is stannum. Lead symbol is Pb because its Latin name is plumbum. And you know that symbols, some of the metals or some of the element symbols have been taken from Latin name. Okay, in 9th class I only taught you. Okay, so these are the symbols. Then hydrogen, of course hydrogen is not metal, hydrogen is non-metal. Okay, then here copper, its Latin name is cuprum, mercury, hydrogen, then silver and platinum, and at the end gold. Okay, so just see, this is the reactivity series, and metals are arranged according to decreasing order of their reactivity in the reactivity series. Now try to understand here. Here potassium is the most reactive metal. What is this one? Potassium is most reactive metal. That is why it is at the top. And what is the meaning of most reactive metal? Means potassium can displace all other metals from their salt solution. Means potassium can displace barium, calcium, all these. But barium cannot displace potassium. But barium can displace all these. Means this metal, means elements or metal can displace all those metals from their salt solution which are placed below it. Means barium can displace all those which are placed below it, but barium cannot displace potassium. Similarly, calcium cannot displace barium and potassium, but calcium can displace all those metals which are placed below it. One thing. Second one thing, just see. Here hydrogen, there are two category of metals which are placed above the hydrogen. So above the hydrogen these metals are there, potassium to lead. And another category of metal which are placed below the hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, platinum and gold. So generally metals which are placed below the hydrogen in reactivity series, they are called less reactive metal. And metals which are placed above the hydrogen in reactivity series, they are called more reactive metals. They are more reactive than hydrogen, they are less reactive than hydrogen. Among the more reactive metal, potassium is the most reactive. Among the less reactive metal, gold, Rm, that is the least reactive metal. Okay, so this is all about the reactivity series. And just see, this arrangement is according to decreasing order of reactivity. Decreasing order of reactivity. Okay, decreasing order of reactivity means metals are placed here according to decreasing order of their reactivity. Okay, so I hope that you can understand. Okay, one more thing, always remember, among these less reactive metals, copper is more reactive. Okay, means copper is more reactive than mercury, silver, platinum and gold, but copper is less reactive than lead, tin, nickel, iron, zinc, aluminium, magnesium, sodium, calcium, barium and potassium. Moreover to this, copper is less reactive than hydrogen also. Okay, so these are the metals which are less reactive than hydrogen, and these are the metals which are more reactive than hydrogen. So there are two category of metals, metals which are placed above the hydrogen, metals which are placed below the hydrogen in reactivity series. And just see the amazing fact, actually this is the activity series of metals, but in between metals one non-metal is placed, that is called hydrogen. What is that one? Hydrogen. So now metals are divided into two categories: metals which are placed above the hydrogen and metals which are placed below the hydrogen. Metals which are placed above the hydrogen, they are generally called more reactive metal. Metals which are placed below the hydrogen, they are called less reactive metals. Okay. So now according to this reactivity series, now I can teach very easily displacement reaction. Okay. So whatever reactions are given in NCERT book, will do that one only. Okay. So basically 3 reactions are given. All those 3 reactions I will complete. So okay, just see here the application of reactivity series. These activity, if you would have been here, we could have performed in the laboratory also. Just see, this is iron. What is this one? Iron. And this is copper sulfate solution. So this is salt of copper. What is this one? This is salt of copper, and I wrote here aqueous. It means it is salt solution of copper. Okay. And if you see the reactivity series, iron is more reactive than copper. So from this salt solution, iron will displace the copper. Now just see this copper sulfate solution. This is blue in color. Okay. And now after the reaction, when entire copper will be displaced by iron, so it will be FeSO4, iron sulfate. Means from here copper is being displaced by iron. So this is iron sulfate, and what is this one? This is light green in color, and entire copper will be displaced, and it is brown color metal. Now just see how you will perform the activity. Very simple thing is there. In one test tube, you take copper sulfate solution. Okay. And now some iron nails, tie them with the help of thread and just dip them inside the copper sulfate solution. Okay. Leave it for 20 minutes. After some, initially what would be the color of copper sulfate? Blue color. Okay. But after some time what would be there? Now blue color will be disappear. Okay. And light green color solution you will get, because entire iron has displaced the copper. Okay. Now light green color solution you will have. Okay. And another important thing is, on the iron nail, brown color copper will be deposited. Okay. So this activity you can do. Don't worry, with the help of extra marks I would like to show you. Don't worry. Another one is zinc. Okay. Zinc is also metal. Just a minute. Okay. So zinc is metal. Zinc is reacting with iron sulfate. What is the color of iron sulfate? Green. Okay. Now zinc is more reactive. If you see the reactivity series, zinc is placed above iron. So zinc will displace the iron. So here zinc sulfate and iron will be deposited. Okay. Same way you can perform the activity here also. Another one, zinc is reacting with copper sulfate. Its color is blue. Okay. This would be colorless. What would be? Colorless. So since zinc is more reactive than copper, it will displace the copper from its salt solution, and it will form zinc sulfate and copper. Now just see, with the help of these 3 reactions, we can derive the reactivity of metal also. In first reaction, iron is displacing copper, but in second reaction, zinc is displacing zinc is displacing iron. In third reaction, zinc is displacing copper. Means zinc is the metal which is displacing copper also, iron also. It means zinc is more reactive than iron. And just see, iron is displacing copper in the first reaction. So naturally the reactivity of copper will be less than iron. Okay. Just see, if 3 reactions are given, 3 different reactions are given, so very easily we can derive the reactivity, we can decide the reactivity of metal. Of course, their reactivity, lead reactive, last one reaction, we cannot correlate their reactivity with a zinc, iron and copper. Okay, but by seeing their position in the reactivity series we can decide. So now lead is less reactive than iron but more reactive than copper. So here after iron who will come? Pb. Then who will come? Here copper. Okay, you can see the reactivity also. But once again I am telling you, 1, 2, 3, with the help of these three reactions very easily we can decide the reactivity of zinc, iron and copper without seeing the reactivity series. But lead we cannot decide. Lead also we can decide if like that three reactions are given with respect to lead. 1, 2, 3 reaction, same way lead reaction should also be given, then also we can decide. Okay, so now after conclusion I am writing here. Okay, so on what basis I am writing? By seeing the position of lead in the reactivity series. Okay, so this is displacement reaction or not? Why displacement reaction? Because copper is being displaced by iron, iron is being displaced by zinc, copper is being displaced by zinc. So this is one kind of displacement reaction. Here also just see, lead is more reactive. Just see, lead is displacing copper, it means lead is more reactive than copper. Already I wrote here, correct or not? Lead is more reactive than copper. That is why lead is displacing copper from its salt solution. It is forming lead chloride and copper. Okay, have you got it or not? So these are the 4 examples of displacement reaction. Now let us see some activity in the extra marks. Okay, so just see here. Okay,
the correct answer is option A.
Okay, just a minute.
Displacement reaction.
Okay,
those reactions in which an atom or a group of atoms present in a molecule is displaced by another atom are known as the displacement reactions.
For example, when a piece of iron is added to a solution of copper sulfate, iron displaces copper from copper sulfate. Let us watch an animation for the detailed explanation.
Displacement reaction is a reaction in which a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its salt solution. Let us understand it with the help of an experiment. Take an iron ring in a test tube. Add small quantities of copper sulfate solution in it and leave it for a day. Observe it the next day. Did you notice any change? The blue colored solution of copper sulfate changes to light green and a reddish brown layer of copper is deposited on the iron ring. It happens because iron is placed above copper in the metal activity series and is more reactive than copper. Iron displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. Here we have observed that the product of a reaction between copper sulfate and iron are iron sulfate and copper. Therefore, from this experiment, we can conclude that iron is more reactive than copper.
okay, so just see, this is another kind of displacement reaction. In extra marks,
Double displacement reaction.
okay, so double displacement reaction I will teach you tomorrow. I hope that you understood the displacement reaction. Okay, so okay dear cadets, today just I have taught you displacement reaction. Okay, tomorrow I will teach you double displacement reaction. But whatever reactions I have taught today, please prepare the notes. Preparation of notes is must. today I am giving you just 20-minute video. Tomorrow onwards it may be 30-minute also, because I have to complete the syllabus also. Am I correct or not? And you know the slogan is completion with quality. There should not be any compromise in the quality. Let it be online classes only. In the same manner I should teach in detailed way, so I require more time. So the duration of video may be 30 minutes, sometime more than 30 minutes also. But I request you that you maintain the notes, prepare the notes. Otherwise it would be difficult at the last minute to arrange the things, get the things at one place. So one notebook should be there where everything should be written, so that revision become easy. So I hope that you are understanding my advice and you will follow it also. Okay, so just I am winding up the session today. Okay, tomorrow again we will meet. Thank you.